Imagine a church that listens before it speaks, a church that embraces diversity without losing unity, and one that reaches out to everyone, especially those on the margins. Is this the future Pope Francis envisions? With his latest encyclical, released as the Church wraps up the second session of the Synod on synodality, he outlines a radical vision. But what does this mean for Catholics around the world? Is the Church ready to embrace this new direction? In this video, we'll get to know the most striking themes of the Pope's new encyclical, exploring his call for a renewed, inclusive church that actively listens, values unity and diversity, and reaches out to those most in need. What challenges and hopes does this encyclical bring to light? Stay with us as we explore this fresh roadmap for the Church's journey ahead. To understand the impact of this new encyclical, let's set the stage. This document wasn't released in isolation. It comes right at the end of the Second Assembly of the Synod on Synodality, an unprecedented global dialogue. For the past few years, Catholics around the world have been invited to voice their concerns, hopes, and visions for the Church. This isn't just a one-time event, it's part of Pope Francis's vision for a synodal church, a church that walks together, listens deeply, and acts with compassion. So, what did the Pope hear? This encyclical captures some of the most important themes that emerge from this listening process, providing Catholics with a roadmap for the future. It's a call to go beyond labels, divisions, and barriers, and to embrace the Church's mission of unity, humility, and inclusion. One of the Pope's key messages is unity in diversity. In his encyclical, Francis encourages us to see diversity, whether it's cultural, theological, or personal, as a gift, not a threat. He envisions a church that celebrates differences, yet finds unity in the love of Christ. This unity isn't about everyone agreeing on everything, but about seeing Christ in each other, despite differences. For Pope Francis, unity doesn't mean uniformity. It means recognizing and respecting one another's unique paths to God, with each person's journey enriching the whole Church. Another profound theme in this encyclical is listening. Pope Francis emphasizes that listening is not a one-time act, but a constant posture. Church leaders, he says, should prioritize listening over speaking, understanding over prescribing. Synodality means a church that listens to the joys, sorrows, and struggles of its people, one that truly understands and responds to their needs. The Pope's vision is for a pastoral approach rooted in empathy and grounded in the real-life experiences of the faithful. Listening, he says, is at the heart of a church that ministers authentically. Finally, the Pope calls for a church that actively goes out. Francis challenges the Church to go beyond the walls of its buildings and reach those who feel distanced from God and the Church itself, the poor, the marginalized, the forgotten. This message is at the core of Pope Francis's mission, a church that acts as a bridge, not a boundary. In a world often divided by social and economic barriers, the Pope invites us all to be agents of God's love, reaching out to those in need and creating spaces where everyone feels welcome. So, where does this leave us as Catholics? Pope Francis envisions a church that's not just open, but actively evolving, a church constantly learning from its people and responding to their needs. This encyclical is a call to action, urging each of us to take part in shaping a future that mirrors Christ's love and compassion. The future he envisions is one of unity, humility, and an unwavering commitment to serving those most in need. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Pope Francis's latest encyclical. This is a profound message for our times, one that calls for listening, unity, and compassion. What role will you play in this future church? Let's continue the conversation in the comments, and may God bless you on your journey of faith. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Catholic Snack for more insights like this.